What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the FOV podcast, aka Fiending Over Video Games podcast. As always, my name is Jacob. I am your host. You can also find me on YouTube and Kick at PRECURSORJAKE. And I have Alonzo with me, as always. You can find him on Kick, YouTube, um, and TikTok at ZoGamingKYT. Today we're going to be talking about a lot of different topics, mainly the CES 2024 event that took place this past week, and also the big rumors surrounding the Xbox Developer Direct that is happening later on this week. And then we have a lot of other mini news stories planned as well. Um, so, yeah, let's go ahead and get straight into it. In this past week, we had a big event for technology, the CES 2024, and we got a lot of new technology, a lot of people coming out with new stuff. And I think one of the most interesting things that I saw there personally was just how the AI technology is being used in so much of the new technology that's coming out. One of the big things that I saw that stood out to me was when Nvidia was revealing their whole new graphics card and all that, and they were showing the AI, uh, how they could implement AI in video games. And so they had like this little presentation where they had a so there's two NPC characters sitting at a bar, and they ran it back a couple times interacting with the same NPCs, and they were actually like talking to the NPCs through the mic, and like each time they ran it back and went back and talked to him, it was always a different conversation because the NPCs were basically hooked up to like Chat GPT, for instance, and it was insane. They kept like the guy would say something to them through the mic, and they would react and respond intelligently to like whatever the conversation was about. So basically, you could have infinite amount of different conversations with NPCs in video games, and they're looking to implement that in the future. Just as a little side note, I believe I believe that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to use this technology, and I say that because I don't know if anyone remembers, but if you remembered in Grand Theft Auto 5 when it first came out, you could rob like convenience stores, and if you yelled in your mic, if you yelled in your mic at the convenience store owner, he would
Mm-hmm.
put the money in the bag quicker. And that was a feature of Grand Theft Auto 5.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I never. I mean, I wouldn't rob a convenience store. I was busy beating everybody else up. But yeah,
Yeah,
I
if
never
you
knew that.
if you look it up, Rockstar already had this type of technology in their game for Grand Theft Auto 5. You could literally yell in your mic, and you could make the convenience store owner put the money in the bag quicker at the store.
Hmm,
So
hmm.
I believe because they were kind of a little ahead of the game, I believe that they're going to have this AI technology in Grand Theft Auto 6. That
I
would be
can see
sweet.
that. I mean, if they could do it on the graphics card, I mean, I'm pretty sure. With a whole year to go, I'm pretty sure they can. They're definitely probably going to implement that for sure. I believe that.
Yeah, I don't think it would be hard for them at all, especially with all this technology coming out. It looks like we might be getting this in games in the future for sure. Um, Besides that, they did reveal their new graphics card, and I think Zoe, I think you're a little bit more into this type of stuff than me. So, what do you what do you hear about these new graphics cards?
Well, they're calling them super graphics cards, what they're really calling them. So they're pretty much one. They're all called like they're called RTX for 4080s, but now they're called supers. So they're gonna pretty much be replacing all the recent graphic cards that came out, like the 4080, the 4070 Ti, all that. They're pretty much gonna be replacing those ones. And like as far as like spec wise, where was the specs at? I think I seen it earlier. Let me see. So pretty much as far as the specs, they're looking at like um, oh my god, I think it's like 32 like some teraflops and like oh here it is right here. Yep, here it is. So the 4080, the RTX 4080 Super has 52 shader teraflops, 121 RT teraflops, and then 836 AI tops. So this pretty much the world's fastest GXX at 23 giga I think it's gigabytes or something like that. I'm not sure. GBPS. I forget what that stands for at the moment, but I'm pretty sure I don't know what that is. Then they have 4K full ray tracing, super fast Gen AI capabilities in that as well. Um, and then I believe they'll have all the um, like you'll be able to they built in where you can take older games and with the ray tracing on that be able to make them look more realistic because you know the old games got the old graphics and all that. You can literally
Hmm.
take that game and like remaster like kind of it and like make it look 10 times better. It takes a little like integrating into the game a little bit, but it makes it look the game came out this year, you know what I mean? um, with those graphics card. Now the RTX the 4070 Super will only have 36 shader teraflops, 82 RT teraflops, and 568 AI tops. So it'll have 20% more cores. Definitely faster than the RTX 3090, and then it's pretty much a fraction of the power of what the 4070 did before. So these are definitely way stronger than the old ones. These are like pretty much a whole new level. I believe they're supposed to be released by the end of January, is from what I'm hearing.
Oh, that's
Um,
soon.
I'm not sure how what exactly date. I don't think they set a date, but they definitely said um, by the end of this month. And then the Ti is just a tad bit better. So this the RTX 4070 Ti Super has 44 shader teraflops, 102 RT teraflops, and this one has 706 AI tops. It gives out 144 plus hertz. It is two and a half, say it's 2.5 times faster than the RTX 3070 Ti. And then it has the 16 gigabytes GXT and 256 bits, which I'm not. I mean, the graphics cards are great. I'll probably have to get more into it once I really start playing PC games.
Yeah.
But I use my PC for streaming, so I got 3060 and 32 gigs of RAM. I don't really need a whole lot. I do need more space though, but that's a whole other subject. Um, but yeah, so these are definitely like the next level type graphics cards because like they're like pretty much doubling the fast speed and power of what they were before. They're just like souped up. It's like taking, a regular Dodge Charger, like, oh yeah, that's sweet. And then like now it's an SRT8, souped up type, type deal. It's pretty much you're just like souping them up pretty good. So they're gonna do like pretty much double the power, double everything. And then again, they're gonna be replacing what the old ones had before, and then these are gonna pretty much replace those. So the old ones won't really be uh, I don't know if they're gonna like just take them away completely, but they did say that they were replacing the old ones themselves. So I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure you can probably still find some online, but Nvidia themselves are replacing them.
Nice. Yeah, I'm sure. I would probably guess that because of the fact that they're gonna be replacing those other ones are probably gonna get a little bit more rare, and I'm sure the
Yeah, for
price will
sure.
go up with those because
If you're looking to get like a 4080 graphics card and you want to get the super, when they drop, it's probably the best time because that price gonna drop on them old ones for sure. Like of course, if I had the money to spend a couple $1,000s on a graphics card, of course, I would get it. But
yeah, that's not the
that's
move.
yeah, that ain't the move right now, yeah, at
That's
all.
not the
So,
move.
but they are good graphics cards. If you're looking for one, that's the best time to get it. I'm pretty sure they're gonna set out then to pre-order it, and they're gonna be sold out for a few months, and just get it when you can, for real. That's about it.
So, was there any other like things that you saw from the CES event that kind of caught your eye?
I think the number one thing that really caught my eye was I do like they did show the AI little powered robots, but it wasn't like over that line. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like a robot in your home and hey, what do you want to do today? You know, I can't do that. But they were like little robots that like kind of like know your behavior, your routine, or what you're doing and stuff like that. So it's kind of like, not too much of like giving an AI, full access to things, but it was kind of like they'll know your routine and what you like to do. It'll kind of learn your lifestyle and kind of help you in a way to better whatever you're already doing. You know what I mean? It was actually a pocket-sized gadget that learned your behavior that I think you might just like carry around with you. So I'm not really sure how far that will like go, but it definitely sounds like real like nifty as far as like what it can do. One thing that did throw me off guard, as far as gaming wise, is that what did it say? It said that Sony and Honda were driving cars
Oh yeah,
with the controllers.
yeah.
That literally took me back to Men in Black, like immediately, bro. Like I'm like, okay, if we can't drive a regular car with the control, with the steering wheel, what makes you think somebody gonna be like, let me put this PlayStation controller in my hand and drive the car? Like,
That
okay,
seemed kind of safe to me though.
I mean, it kind of is, but it's like if you can't respond with your natural foot, how you gonna respond to a controller? But I mean, it's a nice thing. But that was one thing that like took me for an oddball over everything. Um, and let's see what else took me for that really caught my eye for
What about
real.
that iPhone attachment you were talking about?
Oh yeah, the iPhone is okay. So the iPhone, so this iPhone attachment, so in my opinion, I feel like it's taking a step back because it's like we already have keyboards on our phone. Why do we need an extra keyboard? So it's just like why have that? And I get it, people want to have the old, the keyboard on the phone because I mean I was one of those people that had I had an Android with the slide keyboard kind of thing,
Oh
and I
yeah.
did like it. It was cool, but 2024, it's about time to give them keyboards up. You know what I mean? So I don't know how good this will be for people that really like their Blackberries, like stuff like that. This would be a great feature, but I don't for anybody that's going into like phones itself. I don't know if this is going to be a success or flop. More power to them. It is a good, adaptation, but I don't know how good it's going to be just because, like, I don't see anybody going back to using a keyboard when you have it on your phone. So,
So
mm,
let me put this in your head for a second.
uh-huh.
Think about how old we are.
Okay, yep.
So, that type of thing happened when we were young. So a
Hmm.
lot of the adults, 20 to 30 year olds these days, they grew up without that type of stuff. So they don't
Hmm.
really understand or know Blackberries if aside from what they've
Yeah.
heard. They've never probably touched one or anything like that. So I think the idea that they had was, you know, the market that they're trying to reach these days, they've never really known what a BlackBerry was or anything like that. Never they didn't
Hmm.
have the early phones. They grew up with touchscreens, so they're kind of marketing towards that group of people, trying to see how they
Yeah.
respond to it. But for people like me and you, like you said, like it's not the move for us.
Yeah, at all. I'm like, yeah. But like I said, for like I think for like our like parents or grandparents that want to like have that keyboard kind of thing and still have
Hmm.
like a new phone, but like this screen won't work. You know what I mean? Like, oh, now I got to use the keyboard. So that in that sense, they're definitely picking the audience. But I mean, it is cool that they're able to be um, compatible with like the iPhone. You just an attachment, just slap on the phone and be able to use it. That is cool. So I mean, they know what they're doing. It just threw me off guard. I was like, "Ooh, new technology! Here's a keyboard!" Like, okay. So it's a good feature for sure. Like I said, I'm not sure how good it would do, but for the audience they're trying to reach, I think it'll do good as well. So those are
Yeah.
the main two that kind of threw me off guard. But I think my number one that really kind of got me was the Aces uh uh ROG Nuke, where it's like the little small, like pretty much a small PC you could just carry
Oh
around anywhere
yeah.
you go. That was probably number one out of everything because it's like this is my PC, and then they went from like it's like a little small cable box, bro. And I'm just like, y'all got all that compacted in there, like. So what's the point of this? Can I just get that? You know what I mean? But
I was like,
that's probably my
where are they keeping the graphics card at?
yeah, like where's it all at? Like, okay, but that's probably my number one out of all of it because it's like it's that small little thing is super super powerful. You can take it wherever you go. Probably just put that in a box with a couple wires and a monitor in your mouse and keyboard and like a box, and you can literally carry that anywhere you go. You don't need to have a huge PC to carry where you can literally go anywhere with that, and it's
Yeah.
so small. So that's probably my number one out of everything, honestly.
Well, I think so. I have two things that really stood out to me uh, in this event. The first one was the transparent TVs.
Hmm.
A lot of people probably already seen it, but these transparent TVs are basically it's a piece of glass that you can see through, and they put images on it. So if there's any space in the image at all, you'll be able to see through it right behind it. Um, the colors that they're able to get on this TV look crazy. Like the colors really pop. Um, they were showing like it like in like a idle mode basically,
Hmm.
and they had like a digital aquarium playing, and it was
Hmm.
like see through, so it looked like real water, like a real aquarium, but it was like wasn't. It was so fucking cool.
Yeah, yeah.
And they did, like I said before, they did have the option to say you're watching a movie or whatever, you can pull up like a projector, black projector background for it, so you can watch
Hmm.
stuff on it. But you can also watch stuff on the transparent glass too. So,
Hmm.
and then you can do different stuff with the transparency. Like I said, with like the aquarium, or like you can have like everybody puts like 4K YouTube videos on their newest TVs, like the little like fireworks going off,
Hmm.
and it just looks like there's fireworks going off in the middle of your living room because you can see straight through it. Like it looks fucking sweet. Those TVs look sweet, and they're probably cost like $1 million. So
Right. So that's my thing. I'm like, this is great technology and all, but it's like, so I'm looking at LG right now, right? I'm like, okay, bet. Cause I'm thinking all three. I'm like, oh, this TV is actually. I didn't think about the price. Let's see. So they got an 83-inch TV, 4K smart LED, whatever you all the little specs you can think of. 8 bands, bro.
yeah,
$8,000. A see-through TV with all that, bro. You talking, man? Listen, them NBA players gonna have it. That's for sure. I know.
right.
I'm gonna be one of those last ones that get it. But it is. I do like the way it looks, though. It looks really sweet. Like just by itself, like you said, the aquarium, be able to watch TV, or just to be in the room and it has like all those pixels to come through it, and the fact that it's just like so thin and all those colors are popping through it. That's super super dope technology. So I mean, they're heading in the right direction. You just have to make those affordable ones for people like us. You know what I'm saying? I can't spend no 8 bands on that, and I can't do it, my boy. Mm-mm.
It'll go down in price like the 4K
Oh, for
TVs and
sure.
all that. Like eventually TVs come down in price and it becomes
Hmm.
part of the normal consumer loop or whatever.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
it'll take a while for sure. But can't wait till that becomes a reality for us poor
Man,
people.
that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy, bro. Cause like, man, that's just having a TV like that. Like, it's just like you pretty much have a picture on your wall and a TV. Like, pretty much, you just have it on your wall. Like, you literally make it whatever you want. That's kind of dope.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. The other thing though that I saw at this CES event that caught my eye was the um, MSI handheld that was announced. So
Yeah,
MSI,
yeah, yeah.
they call it the MSI Claw. It's a hand it's a handheld gaming PC. They're kind of trying to compete with the other PCs on the market, like the Steam Deck and the ROG Ally and the Lenovo Legion Go. But it says here um, that it's going to be a 7-inch screen. It's going to be 120 refresh rate, um, and it's going to have Xbox XYBA buttons on it. Um, it's going to have 16 gigabytes of LPDDR5 RAM. One thing that really caught my eye that I thought was interesting was that the graphics card, it's going to have Intel Arc integrated graphics on it, which is kind of interesting to me because my personal PC that I use is got an Intel Arc graphics card in it, and I love it. It can really do a lot, and it's a new Intel Arc is a new graphics card on the market from Intel, so it's kind of young, um,
Hmm.
but it can do a lot. It says that it can go up to 1 terabyte of SSD storage, but you can also get more storage with a micro SD slot, or you can always upgrade the SSD like yourself if you want to take it apart and do that. It's also saying that it's going to have a 53-watt battery, which is definitely bigger than like for instance the Steam Deck.
Hmm.
So it's saying that you're gonna have probably have about 2 hours of gaming on this thing before the battery dies. Um, I don't know. It looks to me it looks good. A lot of people are saying that it it's definitely one of the top competitors. It might be better than a few other ones on the market.
Hmm.
They did point out, however, that it does feel a little bit heavier than the Steam Deck, which is kind of strange to me because the Steam Deck uh, came when it came out, people were complaining about how heavy it was, so that's a little concerning. Um, but yeah, I it's something that stood out to me for CES, and I'm definitely interested in seeing how it how it works out. And I think they announced the prices too, but I'm not sure.
See.
Did you see the price for it? Because I didn't see it on.
No, but I mean, it's a hell device, so you could probably think around probably between four, maybe 350 to $500, maybe some price somewhere around there. I'm guessing. Let me see.
Yeah, it was. They had a couple of different versions of it um, that went down, or it was like cheapest to most expensive, um,
Yeah.
with different specs for it.
Yeah, I mean, so it probably depend on what you want, because you probably pick and choose what you really want, and if you don't want all that stuff in it, then you don't have to probably. So I mean, roughly, I mean, probably anywhere between, you know,
Oh, I got it right here. It says that it has three variants that range from 699 to 799. So the cheapest one is 699, and the middle of the road, which is the one that people are saying is probably the best one to get, is 750, and then the most expensive is 799. Um, oops, hold on. Okay, there we go. So it seems like it's a little more expensive, if I remember correctly, than the Steam Deck. Um, so that's definitely something to keep in mind. Yeah, 53-watt battery. Yeah, this thing it's it's definitely interesting if for anyone who's interested in like handheld gaming PCs. I would definitely keep your eye on it. Um, like I said, they have three different price points, so whichever one looks appealing for you. A lot of people are saying because you can just go ahead and upgrade the storage on it yourself, that there's no reason to get the most expensive one, because I think that's the only difference between the two.
mhm.
So the middle of the road one looks the best. I've been on the market for a handheld PC for a while, and it's making it harder to to come to a decision because new ones just keep coming out. So I'm definitely gonna have to, contemplate it a little harder before I'm making a purchase because now I got this one to look into and compare. I haven't been able to yet, but I will.
I didn't honestly didn't think they would be that expensive, but now that I think about it, you're literally carrying around a mobile
PC,
handheld
yeah.
PC with gaming capability. So it makes sense to be that price. Because at first I'm thinking like 350, maybe 400. Now you was like, it's 799. I'm like, bro, what? But now that I think about it, it does make sense to pretty much almost spend $1,000 for a PC that you can game on. So it makes sense.
Yeah. I'm very interested in those because like you can also, if you really wanted to, you can hook it up to a monitor and just use it as a regular PC.
Okay. So I mean, yeah, it makes sense to be that price. That makes sense.
Well, was there anything else that caught your eye, or you think that pretty much wraps up CES?
Uh, that pretty. I mean, I think so. I'm trying to think. Anything else that really caught my eye? Nothing really too crazy. I don't think so. I think that was pretty much about it. That really like stood out to me, honestly. The
Yeah.
comments were hilarious as far as like people posting and stuff. It was kind of funny. Like the claw one dude was like put up me, but it was like nothing but the claw. I was like, oh god. The comments were pretty funny, but that's pretty much it for me.
Yeah, I think if you haven't already, like as far as like gamers are concerned and like the future of games, I think the biggest thing that if you haven't seen anything from this event, you should take away and go back and look at. Definitely for sure look at the Nvidia conference where they showed the AI interaction with NPCs because it's fucking insane. Like it blew my mind. So if you haven't seen that and you're a gamer, I definitely recommend at least going back and watching that because it really opens your eyes to what is capable with video games in the future. Um, yeah, so that pretty much wraps up CES 2024. And a lot of interesting things, a lot of cool gadgets. Um, Definitely look it up if there's anything you want to look into specifically. But this week on Thursday, I believe, which is January 18th. So, yes, it'll be on Thursday. We are for sure confirmed by Xbox themselves that we are for sure getting a developer direct. Um, this developer direct is said to be focusing on at least three of their main titles. Um, I don't remember each title off the top of my head, but I do know one of them is Hellblade, the second Hellblade game, which is shaping up to look pretty good from my personal opinion. And then they're also going to be showing some gameplay for the new Indiana Jones game that was announced a little while ago. Um, and
Do you know what time they're gonna be on the 18th?
I'm not sure. I think it might be in that link. Um,
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, so it's 12 p.m. Pacific Standard, 3 p.m. Eastern. I'm on YouTube and Twitch.
okay, yeah. So if you're interested in seeing what's the latest coming out of Xbox for this year, definitely tune into that. I'm definitely probably gonna make some reaction videos. Probably even go live for that, uh, and react to all that. There's been a lot of rumor and talk the past couple of weeks, pretty much ever since January started, that they were going to do this. Now it's confirmed. There's also been other rumors and stuff about this event saying that they're going to have another shadow drop of a game, which basically means they're going to just drop a new game that day uh, for you to be able to play and download. Um,
Nice.
and there's also been a lot of talk about them announcing that one of their Xbox exclusive games may be going to other platforms. A lot of people have been, in a whole tissy fit online about this. Like, oh, have a how can they have exclusive games going to other platforms? Like, why is Xbox doing this? Like, we never get exclusives. Like, we finally do, and they want to bring it to other platforms. But
Yeah.
it's been a huge rumor going around. I feel like it's a definite possibility because Xbox They they so they've never really been good at exclusive games, and they've talked about bringing, like, for instance, Game Pass to other platforms, and even with the trial that they had with Activision um, last year, they were talking about bringing Call of Duty and other Activision games over to, like, the Switch and stuff. And
Hmm.
they signed a 10-year deal with Nintendo. There was no details released of what that 10-year deal was, so I'm sure something, you know, is going to come from that, whether it be Xbox exclusive or what. But um, three games were rumored to be that Xbox exclusive that's coming to other platforms. People are speculating that it might be the Sea of Thieves game, it might be Hi-Fi Rush, or it might be Starfield. So um,
Mm.
those are the
I'm
three games that are kind of up in the
kind of hoping for Starfield, honestly.
yeah.
At all of them.
Starfield, I feel like Starfield would be the most impactful game to have on other platforms. I feel like it would sell the best because it's such a big, like, RPG game that people
Hmm.
can play for hours. Um, but a lot of people were also speculating that part of the Nintendo 10-year deal that they had with them,
Hmm.
that they may bring something like Hi-Fi Rush over to the Switch to get sales from that over on that console.
Gotcha.
And speaking of, you know, other developers or other companies working with each other, I did also forget to mention that part of the CES thing was kind of weird for me, was seeing that apparently Sony producing the is in charge of producing and making the Zelda movie for Nintendo, so they're partnered that way.
Mm.
And then um, come to find out that that whole car that Sony announced kind of used some AI technology in it, and the AI technology that they're using is actually owned by Microsoft. So Microsoft and Sony are partnered with each other to make that car, which is interesting because all these different companies that are supposed to be rivals are all kind of working
Yeah,
together.
what?
Yeah.
That's kind of like we're together, but we're not.
Right.
It's complicated, right?
It's a love hate relationship.
Right. Like what?
But yeah, so is there anything that maybe they haven't, came out with that you might want to see at an Xbox event?
Um, Not that I'm aware of, really. I'm just trying to see what they're really gonna bring to the table because I know there's like, you know, I've been hearing, I know they got I've been hearing rumors about Xbox coming with a new console and stuff like that. So I'm not sure, um, some of the games that I play, if they're gonna come up with like next gen games to like level up their software of the game itself. Um, so I don't really have a whole lot. The Indiana Jones one, I never played a game Indiana Jones before, um, but I definitely will probably be checking that one out because that one seems something like just a change. Like I wouldn't really play that before, but I'm
Yeah.
trying to get into playing different games instead of 2K. So I'm trying to have a help and open mind of playing different stuff, of course. So not I haven't really looked at a whole lot. Hellblade 2 seems really cool, so not really, but I'm just looking to see what they bring out to see if try something different. Really, honestly, so not really.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, with Indiana Jones, they could kind of make it similar to, like, a game you're interested in, like Tomb Raider. Like, I feel like those have a lot of
Hmm.
similarities. They could definitely make it kind
Yeah.
of like a Tomb Raider feel to it.
It sounds like something like that. That's why I'm thinking like that's probably something I can get into where you can have those like adventurous kind of games like that.
Yeah, definitely excited to see what comes out of that direct later on this week. Like I said, I'll be reacting to it, probably be going live for it on my channel, just to see what they're doing with that.
Yeah.
Couple of smaller news stories this week. Mickey Mouse, the original Steamboat Willie version of Mickey Mouse. Apparently, the contract with Disney for that character has expired, so now the whole Mickey Mouse um, character has gone public, and people are starting to make horror movies and horror video games out of it. We've already seen a couple of like trailers for stuff already, but it's pretty interesting that this has happened because now people are kind of putting Mickey Mouse in inappropriate situations.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to see that. I'm just like, this is Mickey Mouse we're talking about, right? Like,
Yeah.
why? Okay, it is different. I don't know. I don't know if I like it or not. I have to keep looking out for it. But I'm not sure how I want to see, Mickey Mouse slashing somebody up or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's just weird to see.
Yeah, it's very very weird, and it's like it's it's public domain now, so it's like Disney can't do anything about it. So people
Yeah.
are just out here making like shirts
Now that
with Mickey Mouse, inappropriate shirts and movies and all this
now they
stuff.
did say they still are going to try and try to protect Mickey Mouse as a whole itself, but
Yeah,
you can't really it can't really do too much. But I know they're still going to try to like protect the name itself.
yeah, I feel like they're gonna have a field day trying
Hard
to.
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. We're hiring a new team of just Mickey Mouse hold like,
Right.
bruh, like be on social media seeing all kind of stuff, bro. Like, man.
We got a whole new PR team.
Yeah.
We're just Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse department over there. Report for duty. Like, bruh.
Yeah, they're gonna be putting out a lot of fires.
Yeah, for real.
Like they're gonna be little kids will be going to Disneyland. Like, look, it's Mickey Mouse from the horror movie that killed.
Right. From the Mickey Mouse from the horror movie. Just listen to how that sounds, bruh. It's so crazy, bruh.
Oh my gosh. I watched the trailer for that Mickey Mouse horror movie and it looks terrible.
Yeah.
It looks like the acting in it is like from a really bad porn movie.
I'm way. Mm-mm.
But it's not. It's just a crappy horror movie.
Yeah.
Um Another big story that happened this week that people may or may not heard about was that the fact that PlayStation 5 um there was a listing on Best Buy. I forget what country it was in, but there was a listing at Best Buy that was quickly taken down, but it was showing a new PlayStation 5 controller. Um, it said this was a version 2 of the PlayStation 5 DualSense, and the main draw for this new controller was the fact that it was going to have a longer battery life, a 12-hour battery life. Um, for anyone who is not familiar with playing with an Xbox, or I'm sorry, playing with a PS5 DualSense controller, it dies very fast, very fast. Like I always have that shit on charge, like cord hooked up to it because it dies so often. So if they really do come out with a new controller that's 12-hour battery life, I'm definitely buying it for sure.
Mm.
So did you hear anything about that?
I did not, but I didn't know that the PlayStation controller would die. It dies that fast, really? I didn't think it did that. I mean,
Yeah,
uh,
the PlayStation 5 DualSense are very trash when it comes to battery
but I can see that because like the PlayStation controller does a lot. You know what I mean? It has the little pad, it has the lighting, you got speakers on it. Like it does, it's more than just a controller. It has
life.
multi functions, so I can see why it dies a lot.
Yeah, it's got the haptic feedback. And
Yeah, haptic feedback. Like I can
have
see
you ever
why it does
tried
that.
a PlayStation 5 controller before?
It's
So
it's
you've
sweet.
actually
I ain't
used
gonna
one?
lie. I like the features that the PlayStation controller has. Like what it can do is really dope, but I can't. It's the analogs for me. If I could
Oh,
have a
the way they're
PlayStation,
positioned.
yeah. If I could take the up down left arrows and put it down with the other analog and put that one up there, I would buy a PlayStation controller all day long. I do like what it does. I just like the fact that like this like how this is shaped out. It's like this. Like if that was like this, I would be a problem. But I do like PlayStation's features like when I'm like I remember once I was playing Grand Theft Auto, I had the light on the back of it with like the red and like flashing and like you
Hmm.
can hear the police screaming at you through the controller. Like that's so fire to me, bruh. Like Xbox, get it together.
I think
But other than that,
I think a third party accessory developer actually just came out with a controller for PlayStation 5. It kind of looks like an Xbox controller the way it's made, but it still has all the haptic feedback and all that too. So I'm pretty sure that just was announced. If not this week, it was definitely last week. I forget the name of it off the top of my head, but IGN was reporting on it. It was like a big news story for them. But yeah, if you ever are on the market for a PlayStation 5, definitely look into that controller because I feel like that would be the most comfortable one for you.
yeah, for sure, definitely will. Because like I said, I like the features of it. Those two analogs close to each other, boy. I've tried to play with it, and it just don't work for me, bruh. It just don't.
I feel like you get used to it because I before I went to PlayStation, like I never messed with PlayStation. Like I've been on Xbox since Xbox 360, and
Mhm.
I I was never on PlayStation. Well, I dabbled in PlayStation, but it was never my main console. And
Mhm.
then I got a PlayStation 4, last generation, like early last generation. Yeah, and it was weird at first, but it grows on you. Like you get used to it.
Yeah.
But in other news, for you Star Wars fans out there, um, there's going to be a Mandalorian movie coming out. Apparently, they just went into production, so they're taking the show to the big screen. They're going to be making a movie with the Mandalorian and his little sidekick Grogu. Um, have you watched the show,
Yeah, it's
Mandalorian?
a pretty good show.
How did you have you watched all the seasons that are out, or did you just watch the first season?
Look at just the first season so far.
Yeah. Well, the show is really good.
It's pretty good so far from what I've seen.
Yeah, the show is really good. So hopefully that translates over to a full fledged movie. I'm excited to see it. Excited to see what they do with it. Definitely be seeing that when it comes out. Another small news story we had. Well, I don't know. Depending on how you take it, this may be a big news story for you. Game Shark. I don't know, Alonzo, if you're familiar with that brand name, Game Shark. Does that ring a bell for you, Game Shark?
A little bit.
So Game Shark was a company that back in the day made. Um, they're basically like little cartridges that you could put in like your console, or it was like a disc for like PlayStation, and you'd put it in before you put in your game, and it would give you like cheats and um, unlock different like it was basically like a cheat code thing
Cheat
where
code to like for games and stuff,
yeah.
right?
So like you would
Yeah.
put the for 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 like PlayStation stuff, you put the disc in, you would choose the game that you were gonna play, and then it would have you switch the disc, and when you booted up the game, you'd have like infinite ammo and like big head mode and stuff
Oh
like
yeah. So
that.
this was like cheat codes before cheat codes kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing. Gotcha.
Yep. So that company announced that they're coming back to the market. They're going to be changing their name to something else. I forget what it is off the top of my head, but they're coming back to the market. They said they're coming back in late November this year. And the reason that they're coming back is because they expect that the Nintendo Switch 2 will be released at that time. So, be- because of this, people were like, "Oh, the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out at the end of this year." Everybody's like talking about it. Oh my god, oh my god. And then they had to like kind of backpedal and be like, "Oh no, we were just like making a guess. Like we didn't know." But they didn't say that in the original post. So now everybody's like, "Okay, there's going to be another Switch this year." Um, and they're speculating that the price is going to be around $400 for it. So if you're into the Switch, definitely keep your eye out for that this year because there's a lot of rumors going around. A big company said it's going to come out, so I guess we'll have to keep our ears to the ground for that one. See what happens.
That's funny.
I don't
Games
think
are coming back. That's funny.
you don't own a Switch, do you?
Mm-mm. I want one, but no, I don't.
He said I want one. Why you never get one before?
I don't know, but sure, if I'm, I just then I just it just costs too much. Honestly, 300-400 bucks for one, or like 300 bucks for one. I'm just like, I'll buy it later.
You can get you that Nintendo Switch Lite, the little tiny one.
Yeah, nobody trying to get that. If I'm gonna get one, let me get one. I don't want to get the the download, the little baby one. Let me get one for real.
Yeah, so that's one of the another big story that came out this week was um, Star Citizen. A lot of people were going crazy about the recent news around Star Citizen. Now, if you don't know who Star Citizen or what Star Citizen is, it's a game that was kickstarted and um, has been in like pre-release, like pre-build for a long ass time,
Hmm.
and they raised like millions of dollars, like millions upon millions, and they always have like huge DLC packs that cost a shit ton of money. It's like a space trading simulator, combat simulator.
Hmm.
You can basically be and do whatever you want in space. It's a huge simulation game, but it's raised over, I don't even know, like like it's just been millions of dollars that they've raised. A lot of people have talked about how scummy it seems, and um, how like if they've raised all this money, why are they still in early development? Why don't they just release the game? All this other shit. But they recently came back into the spotlight because they came out with a bundle, a DLC bundle that costs $48,000.
Wow, wow.
Like, who's got that? Forty-eight
Yeah,
thousand dollars.
who got that's more than my car, bruh. 48 Rockies, like, bruh.
You gonna buy that
That's like
48,000 DLC?
that's more than a down payment on the house, bruh. Who paying that?
You just see some dude on the side of the street, like, what happened, man? Like, man, I lost it all.
Lost it all, bro. But hey, I got my bundle. Like, bro, no, like that's crazy, bro. You gotta have some money be about buying something like that, bro. That's crazy.
I feel like that's coming soon to Apex.
Shit, I already did with the stupid air. I don't even want to get into that, man. I don't want to get into
What?
that, but go
Wait,
ahead,
what?
bro.
Wait, what happened?
Bro, so you know the universal heirloom we talked about last week, right? Bro, this heirloom is
Oh,
literally
the
if
Final Fantasy.
yeah, you in order to get it, one, you have to it's almost like $350 almost to get the whole you have to buy everything
Damn.
in the event. It's like $350, bro. And on top of that, like I've seen people who actually bought it like and like another thing is too is like the one wing box we talked about.
Mhm.
Whoever buys the event has everything unlocked. Every person you kill, their box will turn to a wing box, not the other way around. Like if I bought the event, my box will turn into a wing box. No, every person you kill will turn into that wing box, which is kind of cool.
Why?
I like it
That's
that I do
why.
like it that way,
That
but
seems a little stupid though.
it kind of is like why have a perk for a death box? Who cares?
Yeah.
It's a box that was dead. I killed the person. Let me get their loot. But like $350 for a universal heirloom, and on top of that, it's like you could use it with any other character. So it's like, why is it so much? Like 350, bro, for a piece of item I am never literally gonna ever touch in real life ever. It's ridiculous, bro.
It's that NFT push though.
Yeah, I know, bro, but like 350, bro. And then on top of that, I already have some coins and stuff set up. I mean, we crafted them like, oh yeah, let's get that one pack. I might get it. No, didn't get nothing. Got some skins and little stuff they gave me. That's it. But they are giving like a free pack once a week, so it's not like
Mm,
all terrible. But it's just like the rarity of you getting it out of a pack
yeah.
is like slim to none. You're better off
Right.
making the NBA. Like no, bro.
so the that heirloom or whatever, you can only
Hmm.
get it by opening like a random pack or by spending that money.
Yes, that's the only way. Even after the event, it won't be available in the store. You can't like use your shards to get it. It won't be available. Is what they said at least.
I thought I don't really know how Apex works all like that. I thought like
Hmm.
anyone could pick it up, like it just shows up on the battlefield randomly and anyone can pick it up and
Well,
use
yeah,
it.
in the event, yes, you could pick it up, but in like a regular mode, like right now, if you go to duos,
Mm-hmm.
you won't see that because it's not in that playing like that mode. But
Mm-hmm.
if you play trios, you could anybody if you find a sword on the ground, you can pick it up and play with it and do whatever you want with it. Which, by the way, I have a clip to show you that I went crazy with it. By the way, but like you can pick it up because it's the event. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
after the event's over with. If you don't have the sword, you don't have the sword. It won't come back. You can't get it with the shards to get like other heirlooms. It just won't get it at all.
So so say if you were to spend all that money and you
Hmm.
got it after the event's over, you can still use that special weapon.
Yeah, you could. It'll be just a regular heirloom, like everybody else has, like an heirloom. It'll just be an heirloom that you could equip to any legend.
And it still functions the same way in the event as it does as an heirloom.
Oh no, no. Okay, okay. Let's bring that back. Bring that back. So it'll function as a regular heirloom. Right now in the event, you hit somebody with that thing twice, you're jacking them up right now because you can hit them in the air and keep hitting with light hits and dash across the whole entire map and all that. All those abilities is just for the mode event. After the event, it's gonna work like a regular heirloom. You won't be able to dash or do anything. You can still hit somebody with it. It's gonna do regular heirloom damage, which is like 30. So after the event, it's gonna be a regular heirloom, but in the event, you have those abilities, of course.
Well, you better either get lucky or drop that 350.
Yeah, I better get lucky because I ain't spending that. That's crazy.
Is that one of the reasons why you're trying to get away from playing that game?
Yeah, they just money hungry, bro. Like I'm cool on that, man. Bring some content. Let me see something, bro. People
They
people
want
spending
to
bread on that game and they want to still like provide money like events, bro. Nobody doing that, bro.
see you bring something. Bring that wallet.
Yeah, I'm going to Call of Duty. I'm good.
I need to get that game. So I guess one of the last things we'll leave off with is there's actually also a Fortnite movie in production. Um, I don't know how that works or how that's gonna be a thing, but
Before you continue, first off, before you continue, if they come out with a Fortnite movie, if they come out the right way, do you know how much money that movie is going to sell for, bro?
yeah.
Fortnite is the one of the biggest games in the world, bro. The movie itself, going to go crazy. Even I don't even play Fortnite that much, but I want to see the movie.
You're like, I want to see the all. I want to see what
Yeah, let me
skins
see it
I bought
all.
is gonna be in the
Yeah,
movie.
for real.
But if you think about it, like, first of all, like in a Fortnite movie, hold on,
Mhm.
before we talk about that, I want to say something else. The Fortnite movie is being made by Zack Snyder, and if for those of you who don't know, he makes a lot of the DC films. So that's interesting. On its own, that's very interesting. But then, Fortnite is really known for all of its different um, brands and stuff that it brings into the game, as far as skins and stuff like that. So I feel like that would be a nightmare trying to get all the licensings and like all the OKs from all these different people to have all those different um, skins and stuff in the movie. So because of that, I feel like they may just stick to their own IP skins that they have that they may make a story based upon those and not use any other IPs because I feel like that would be a nightmare for them.
That's probably true. I know one thing for sure. There better be some dancing emote in that game. That's for sure.
Oh, you
I want to see
already
some
know.
dancing. I want to see some dances.
It'll probably be the original default dance because they
Oh
gotta.
God, that's so funny. Yeah, probably for music copyrights and stuff
Yeah,
like that. Yeah.
all the copyrights from all them musical dances that they
But
have, and
if you think about it though, like if Fortnite with Fortnite being so big, you should allow them to do. They're gonna make your brand even larger on a
right.
bigger scale. You know what I mean? Like that's like the whole Cat Williams thing. He made my boy Shay Shay
Oh
go to
my
the
god,
top. Go
we
to the
ain't, we
top,
ain't even
bruh.
talking about that.
You know what I mean? So if you include that without, trying to take some money off the table, it's gonna benefit you in the long run. That's how I see it.
I will say with the whole Cat Williams things as it correlates
Hmm.
with video games,
Hmm.
I can always take a topic and make it video game related.
That's for sure.
So I don't know how many people out there know this, or if you even know this, but in Grand Theft Auto 4, he actually had a stand-up special that you could go watch in Grand Theft Auto 4. For those of you,
What? I
look it up
never
online.
knew that.
Look it up
What?
online. Swear to God. So for those of you who don't know, you can actually go to a like theater or something in Grand Theft Auto 4 and watch Cat Williams do a stand-up event, and they have him as uh, a video game character and everything. So he did screen cap for that and everything. So that's a little interesting tidbit for those of you who didn't know. For those of you
Mm.
eating at the bit for this Cat Williams drama. Yeah, you just seeing it right now. So
What? What? Oh
yeah,
yeah, he's the goat. He can be the goat, hands down. He been in the video game. He's the goat, man. It's over with. That's crazy, bruh.
you didn't know that? I figured
I
you would have
did
known
not
that.
know that because I really didn't get big into GTA. Like I knew about GTA, but I was young, so I couldn't really play it. But like I really started getting GTA when it was like 5 for real. Like I played
Yeah.
San Andreas and like all the other ones, but I wasn't like really into it till about 5. That's crazy though, bro. Catwoman's in a game, bro. Yeah, he top tier comedian, bro. Top tier, bro.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto was a really good Grand Theft Auto game. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, I after seeing all that drama with him online, I was like, man, I remember when that dude was doing stand up in fucking Grand Theft Auto 4. Like,
That's crazy. I'm gonna tell my friends about that. I bet they didn't know that. That's for sure.
yeah, little inch. I know, like, I'm. It's so weird. Like, I just know like little gaming like tidbits and
Hmm.
facts. Like,
Yeah, you like those. You find those Easter eggs in like
yeah,
all the
yeah.
games. That's
Like,
crazy.
I knew that. Like, everybody forgot about the whole Grand Theft Auto 5. Like, you could talk to NPCs through your mic and
Hmm.
shit. Like,
Yeah,
no one remembers that, but I do.
that's crazy. Yeah.
But yeah, Fortnite movie. I can't even imagine how much money that movie's about to make because the game is already huge.
Yeah,
All the
literally.
kids are gonna be like, I want to go see.
Literally.
I want to go see the Fortnite movie. So
Guarantee you my nephew or my niece gonna want to go watch it for sure. And I'm gonna go with him because I like Fortnite too.
hey, we can all make it a little thing. That's cool
For
with me.
sure. For sure.
Um, so yeah, that's definitely a thing. I don't know how early or late it is in development, but it's definitely a thing.
Should come out in
Um,
like June during my birthday. That's a pretty good time.
yeah, they're gonna do that just for you.
Just for me. Yep. Yep.
Like, when is Zoe's birthday? All right, bet. Let's see. The 20th is the end of this week, so there's two big games coming out this week. We have. I'll start with. I'll kind of go backwards on this because I want to talk about the other one a little bit more. But The Last of Us 2 Remastered is going to be coming out on the 19th, um, which is the same day as the Xbox event. Or no, that's after the Xbox event. I'm sorry. So the day after the Xbox event, The Last of Us Remastered 2, um, or The Last of Us 2 Remastered, sorry, is coming out. For those of you interested, I'm getting kind of tired of seeing these remastered Last of Us games. I wish the company who makes these games would just make a new fucking game at this point, because at this point they haven't made a game since I don't even remember. I think it was Uncharted 4 was the last game they made on the PlayStation 4. Since then, they've just been remastering all their games, which is annoying. They need to just come out with a new game already. Um, Second game that is coming out on the 18th of January, which is the same day as the Xbox event, is the new Prince of Persia game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this game is really interesting. I uploaded a video on my channel of me playing it. It's kind of like it's kind of
Oh yeah,
hard.
your reaction to it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
seen that. Yeah.
it's a hard game, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the way the platforming flows together, it feels nice. I didn't in the demo. They kind of cut you off right at the boss battle, so you don't get to play it. But I have seen other people play like the boss fights and stuff, and the boss fights look crazy. Um, this game is definitely not something that I thought I'd be interested in because I'm not usually into 2D stuff, but it's definitely got my interest. So that's another game coming out this week. If you're interested, take a look at that. I'll probably be playing it when it comes out. But yeah, you got anything you want to add or talk about?
No, not really. Pretty much, yeah. I think only a game that I'm probably looking to see how they're going to play out is the Indiana Jones game. Other than that, that's the only game I want to see what they're going to really do with because I'm hoping it's like the Tomb Raider kind of play style in a way, but we'll see what happens. But no, that's pretty much it. I only got much to say other than the long wait for Grand Theft Auto. Other than
Yeah,
that,
I'm trying to just stay alive, man. That's all I'm
yeah, stay alive.
doing. All right, well, that pretty much wraps up this week's podcast. We will be back next week on Sunday to talk about whatever happened with the developer direct and whatever news stories comes out for this coming week. But that's about it. So we'll see you guys next week. As always, I am your host Jacob Caldwell. You can find me on YouTube at PRECURSORJAKE. I'm also streaming on Kick now every Sunday and or Monday, depending on when I'm free. So I'm streaming on Kick at Precursor Jake as well. And Alonzo, go ahead and plug your shit, man.
Yeah, you know where to find me. I'm always live on Twitch, Kick, and TikTok. Most of the time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time till about midnight. I'm at Zo Gaming KYT, all lowercase, no numbers included. We're always playing Apex, Call of Duty, so that's where to find me, man. Appreciate you guys.
All right, we'll talk to you guys next week. Peace out.